Hey everybody, and welcome along to this week's edition of the Irish Golfer Podcast. Peter Finnan here, and joined as always, not by John Craven, by Ronan McNamara.
How are you? Feels
well?
weird not saying how are you lads anymore.
I know, yeah. I know, we'll get Mark.
It.
We'll have to get Mark back in. We'll get some three-way pods going. We'll have plenty of guests lined up over the winter, but yeah, for now it's just you and me.
John's off in the lithium mines in Bolivia somewhere right now, I'd say.
Yeah, stop. I'd say he's tuning in now. I'd say he's keeping an eye on us. You know, it's hard to walk away. It's hard to walk away. If you're listening, Johnner, drop us a message.
If you're listening, Johnner, I'm in your chair now, pal.
Exactly. Yeah, plenty to get through this week. I suppose, there's lots going on. FedEx Cup. We've wrapped up the majors this week as well with the AIG Women's Open. Plenty of Irish interest across different tours and all that, but we might as well start at home. You've spent the last 4 days out in Cairn Golf Links.
Yeah, it was brilliant weather on the Wednesday. Then I think the world ended for the next 3 days after that, and the whole country seemed to be in glorious sunshine except for Cairn, which is, I suppose, typical of Cairn, really, to be honest with you. But they managed to get the 3 rounds done. It was looking like it could be a 36-holer or even an abandonment. So to get the 54 holes done was an achievement in itself. And David Higgins level par. Scoring doesn't look great for people who are just flicking onto the leaderboard, but level par was serious going. He shot a 2 under par 70 in the second round, really when the weather was at its absolute worst. He just finished off before play was suspended for 6 hours. A 2 under 70 was the winning of it for him. It was an outrageous score. A really fantastic round of golf. And yeah, he was a thrilling winner. There was a bit of drama towards the end. He did finish with a triple bogey 8, but he was 5 shots ahead at that point. It was pretty much done and dusted in the end. And yeah, 3-time Irish PGA champion. Not many people can say that. Obviously his father was a PGA pro, so this tournament holds a special place in his heart. And yeah, I think everybody was delighted to see David Higgins win.
Yeah, so we've gotten straight into the 113th PGA Championship in Cairn Golf Links is what we're opening with. Yeah, it did look spectacular. I didn't get down there this year. I was there last year. And last year seemed to be the best of the weather of the 3 years. So I know Cairn had initially signed up, looking back through the records there, of a 3-year deal. So I'm not sure if this ends Cairn Golf Links as hosting this event going forward, or we'll get into the ins and outs of that, or is this the first of many? They've obviously got good sponsors there with Columbia Sportswear. So yeah, from the outside looking in, being there last year, it was a spectacular setting, spectacular golf course, and what they've done out in Cairn with that Wild Atlantic Dunes golf course is just unbelievable. Now, I got lucky last year that the weather was nice. It was just high winds a few of the days, no mad rain or anything like that. But yeah, it was quite biblical. Anyone that's following our social channels this year will see how biblical it was. It was just insane how bad the weather got on certain days. First day was okay, was it?
The Thursday was pretty okay. Your kind of typical links day, high winds, the odd shower. Pretty much grand. The Pro-Am the day before was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
I drove up on the Wednesday evening and I went to the beach and hit golf balls there, giving it the old Peter O'Keefe treatment. And I was, this is going to be a fantastic week, looking forward to this. And then the views are spectacular in Cairn, but they're also pretty terrifying. You look across and you can see just this black cloud of death coming over the Atlantic, closing in, and you're like, oh my God, it's like something from Armageddon. So they were really desperately unlucky with the weather this year, but they managed to get it done. And to be fair, the Saturday the weather was fine.
Yeah, anyone that's seen the videos that we were sticking up, we had people on the ground there. Obviously, yourself, Ian Cronin was there taking some snaps, and Johnny McCann doing some video stuff with us. And yeah, it was just. It did seem crazy, and it did beg the question for me of, we'll go through the field and we'll go through. I suppose we'll keep to the positives first. David Higgins, it was an awesome display of golf to do what he did over the 3 rounds in those weather conditions. How he performed and what he did was just spectacularly good. You can't fault him. You can't say a bad word about him. He battened down the hatches. It's sort of, very similar to McGrain last year. Old dog for the hard road. Dave's into his 50s now. And experience just counts for so much in those conditions. And being able to sort of literally ride the storm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, he had a 3-shot lead starting out, and a little bit like Brian Harman, had a couple of early bogeys, bogeyed the first and bogeyed the fourth, and then bang, birdie 6 and 7, and you're like, he's this thing in a stranglehold. This is pretty much done. And he birdies 10 and 14, I think it was, maybe 13. And again, you're thinking, right, he's 4 or 5 shots clear here. And the triple bogey at 18 made it a bit dramatic, but like controlling his ball flight, I followed him for the front 9. Like, lads hitting drivers off tees. He's plotting his way around the golf course, pretty much like a textbook display of leading from the front in
and how
really,
to win.
really difficult conditions.
Yeah.
Like, the 18th, what happened on the 18th is kind of I suppose, a blotting point for him in that regard. But for 17 holes, it was flawless golf. It really, really was. Just tipping away, like plotting his way around the golf course, low shots, controlling your ball flight. Never in any trouble off the tee until the 18th. Like, it really was an excellent performance.
What did happen on 18?
He
said he judged the wind, misjudged
the wind, put 2 balls left into the really thick left rough, and obviously one of those balls is gone. And he had a putt for a 6, and he 3-putted it, which was a bit nervy. But obviously he got over the line by 1 in the end, ahead of Simon Thornton and Jimmy Bulger. But it was a bit of a mad few minutes there for him.
So like, Karen is an absolute black spot when it comes to coverage, when it comes to, like, so the lads they can't do live scoring because live scoring, the apps won't work. We're out trying to do stuff into Slack and score updates, that won't work. So did he know, or did they know? Like, it seemed really unusual. Last year we had the celebrations of McGrain in the 18th, and you know, he's celebrating and fist pumping and stuff like that. You didn't get any of that. Like, did they know where they stood?
Such an anticlimax. And I mean, there was about 5 people there watching anyway, which doesn't help. But yeah, the lads shook hands in the 18th green, and
they didn't know who had won.
Like, I was talking to Simon Thornton, I didn't even know he was in second place. I'd written him off.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was a weird one, and even David himself said it when I grabbed him. And Dave went off to his car for 20 minutes or so, I think, just to, collect his thoughts and calm himself down. And he comes out, and everyone's saying, "Oh, well done, Dave! Congratulations, brilliant!" Blah blah blah. I shook his hand. "Well done. Do you mind if I grab you for 2 minutes?" And he said, "Oh, have I won? I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Like, I don't want to chat to you if it's going to come back in a few minutes' time. I haven't
bite
won."
Me in the balls.
And like, that was that was the real mood for about half an hour. No one really knew what was going on. We were all kind of gathered around waiting. It had gone up on the big PGA leaderboard that they have on site that he had won. But it's weird with the shotgun start. Everyone's coming in, and some people could be finishing on the complete other side of the golf course, out by the sea, coming in 20 minutes after things have finished, and you just don't know what score they might have. And David was very unsure about the whole thing, but thankfully didn't have to do another interview. The one I did with him was enough, and he was the winner. But yeah, it was a weird half an hour, I'm going to say.
Yeah. No, it was like, looking through the scores, the lads put in some good scores the last day. Like, Higgins to do what he did from the front, to close with a 73. Simon Thornton the same. Like, he closed with a 70 in those conditions on the last day. Like, that was pretty flawless golf.
Yeah, and I think probably doing the conditions on the Saturday a bit of a disservice just by how bad it was on Friday. Like, the conditions on Saturday were playable. And that's about the best you can say about it.
Yeah.
They were just playable. Like,
but you did an interview with Higgins. That interview you're talking about with Higgins, you can barely hear it, even with the wind stuff on the mics and all that.
I was blowing. It was blowing gusting to 70 kilometers an hour on the Friday, and I'd say it was 60 odd there on the Saturday as well. Like, there was just that tiny bit of difference that made the course just about playable. Like, it was mental stuff.
That's crazy. Like, that is crazy. Like, you have to, like, Simon Thornton to pump in a 70, and I know he did his young lad on the bag as well, going around. Great experience. But he'll obviously come away disappointed. Like, he didn't. I know when I was talking to him afterwards, he just said, "Listen, the putts just didn't drop you." Like, when you look at his par 5 stats, especially in the last day, like, he shoots 2 under par the last day with only 1 drop shot. Really clean back 9, put the pressure on, but just didn't really capitalise on the par 5s at all day. He didn't hold any putts.
Yeah, he had a good few chances on the front 9, and then a really clumsy 3-putt came in from on the 6th, I think it was, and then he bounced back with a birdie on 7. But it's funny, like, no one really knew what was going on at the end, as we've explained. So it turned out Simon Thornton, before David held his putt for the 8, had a birdie putt on 18, which would have actually
got him
put
to
him into a playoff.
Yeah, and he didn't know.
Yeah, no one knew, which would have been so dramatic. Like,
yeah. That's crazy. It's just when it's so rugged and barren and just disconnected from everything. It just goes to show the old adage of pros, like, will tell you, just it's shot at a time, head down, shot at a time. And some guys like to know where they stand, but obviously when you have no choice, when that choice is taken away from you, and it's just you're out in the wilderness, out dangling off the sort of west coast of Mayo, you've no chance anyway of keeping in touch with anything. But no, some great performances. Even looking down the leaderboard, Jimmy Bulger stuck out for me as well, like 74, 73, 72, like a fine wine. Mr. Kilkenny is just as the as the tournament went on, he just got better, sort of way. Really, really good. Richie O'Donovan has been playing well this year. He'd probably be disappointed finishing with a 75. I'd say he's fairly disappointed.
The double he took on the first was... Yeah. I'm not going to say the word he described because it'll offend some people, but it was a pretty stupid double. Yeah. And after that, he played pretty well. Like, he was going well. Birdied 9, birdied 12. And he doubled 15, bogey 16, bogey 17. Did birdie 18, hit a great shot into the heart of the green. But he said himself after he was there for him. And
that was one that he got away from him. Yeah. I would have definitely marked Richie O'Donovan as someone after round, like when he put in 73 on the second day in the biblical conditions. And we have video
of him. He tripled 18 on the second day. Yeah. And he doubles the first on the final day. That's 5 shots gone like that.
That's the tournament, like.
Yeah.
That literally is the tournament. He finished on +5. Just two uncharacteristic mistakes, but that's links golf, isn't it? They all do. Like McGrain finished 5th, then he's never not there or thereabouts. Yeah. And
I wouldn't say that's links golf. I'd say that's Karen. Like, there was stupid numbers being made there, like, all week. Yeah. Numbers that you don't generally see people making for 12 months of the year.
Yeah, and this is what it all boils down. Like, we've name checked a lot of the guys that were thereabouts. You've Michael McGeady back as well. Then you're getting into +7, finishing 6th place. Ryan Gribben from Nace, great opener, and then just fell away kind of over the weekend. I don't know. It's and this is in no way disrespectful to the championship, to the setup, to the host venues, anything like that. Is this the best platform we want to put our PGA pros out on? Because like these guys are out shooting 65, 64s, 66s to beat the band at like pro-ams up and down the country. Then we go full USGA on them nearly, around, like US Open around the championship, and put them in a place like Cairn that is going to beat them up. There's no two ways about it.
Like, you've top players on the region here looking absolutely stupid. Which is probably over the line. Like, every US Open every year we talk about going over the line. This went over the line, I think.
Yeah, and you've been there. You think I got that vibe from it. I got that. And do you know what? One thing really stuck out for me was the interview that you did with Liam Grehan. And he was talking about the Saturday and about like how horrendous the conditions are, and he's talking about like the luck involved in trying to just judge your ball flight, and in between gusts and trying to hit you. Like there's too much luck involved. Nearly, and it just leaves too much. Now, I'm not saying like the best player there for the week has won that golf tournament, and that's all you want. Like David Higgins went out, he dealt with it the best. He did. Like, this is an overall chat of like Cairn have now had this for 3 years. So we've had David Higgins, Damien McGrain, David Higgins win the 3 Cairn Irish PGA Championships. Now, they are 2 of the best players on the region. So the best players are coming to the top and they're performing. But is there a more appealing to the general public place we can put the PGA Championship that shows these guys in much better light, like that it's not, like nobody broke par. So you have David Higgins shooting level par to win the champ. Is that what we want? Or do we want our best players going out and, 8, 9, 10 under winning these things? Then you have a bit of drama, not like... Do we want the drama of triple bogey hanging on the last to win by a shot?
No, well, you're going to look through if you scroll through the leaderboard, you're going to see some what appear like horrendous scores. But I can tell you, so many players are going to come away saying, I actually played well this week.
Yeah.
And the standard of the pro-ams is actually really good. Like, you get 6, 7 under pars, like, winning pretty much most weeks. Like, on a tough day in a pro-am, 3, 4 under is going to win. So the standard is really, really good. So you think, put it on a nice parkland course for, 3 days and have your 9, 10, 11 under par winning, which is really, appealing. And you can get more people into contention as well, because that brings in the chance of someone going really low on the last day. There was no chance of that there.
There was no chance of anyone outside the last group really doing anything that could make a difference because they're 6-7 shots back.
Yeah, and on the final day, I said that it was playable. It was really, really easy to make pars, but really, really difficult to make birdies on the final day, which takes away your chance of making a big move.
Yeah, no, it's and that's all. That's the only, like, it's not even a negative. It's a negative more so about what way do we want to portray our best PGA pros. Is a venue like Cairn, like, I've no problem with the Cairn Pro-Am. It's one of the best Pro-Ams they host every year, and it's well supported. It's a lovely golf course. Like, it is a spectacular. Anyone that hasn't been to Cairn Golf Links, it's like nothing else you'll experience. You know, it's up there it's at the top table with the Ballybunions and the Trelease and from both a design and a visual aesthetic of the golf course. But is this conducive to putting our lads on a pedestal and send them out there to be absolutely bet up?
Yeah, bet up is the phrase, really, to be honest with you. They're like,
did you want to play it like when you were there? Did you want to?
No,
like,
and that's
you're
what we were
a scratch
saying.
Player.
We were
it?
saying, like myself and Johnny and Ian, like, you come to these courses and you obviously get a good look at them all. You walk every yard and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'd love to come back and play this. It was none of that from us. We were like, just
get me out of here.
The players were the same, really.
Yeah.
One of the players mentioned to me, we love coming here for the Pro-Am because it's only one day and it's grand. But I think by the third day, loads of players are like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Particularly with the 6-hour delay on the Friday. Like, it was just simple things that the PGA could probably do. Like, this could be a really good learning experience for the people who run the events. Just like, what can we learn to bring into next year? Simple little things like live score and having a ball spotter on 4 or 5 holes to kind of speed up play, because it was rare you got a sub 6-hour round as well. And just have people every 3 or 4 holes at a station with their walkie-talkies ringing in what players are on, just to make it like,
get people involved.
Yeah,
get
more
people
professional.
Involved.
You're bringing more interest in. There's basic things that the PGA didn't get right, but like, they're so easy to learn for the next time. Like, this is a really, really easy fix.
Yeah. No, but in all, it was a great championship, and we've got a great winner. It's just, what do we want from the Irish PGA Championship going forward? And I know money talks. Sponsors,
but you want more. Like, it is. I know they have Pro-Ams that are there for bigger money, but this is your national championship. This is your flagship. You get all the yards and everything like that. Like, so it's unfortunate the way it panned out. Like, you can't choose the weather, unfortunately. But but
statistics show that the weather in Cairn, no matter what time of the year you go, it's gonna be blowing a hoolie. Like, it's hanging off the Atlantic. Like, it's No,
and like, to be fair, when the players went back out after the suspension, conditions weren't much better either. Like, there was a good 4-5 hours in between where the weather was okay. But I think, in fairness, getting the hour and a half play that they did get on Friday did make a difference. Yeah,
well, they were able to finish it off then. So that was it. But in all, your takeaways then from Cairn?
I'm just glad to be home. That's my takeaway.
Are you dry yet?
I know, in fairness, I can't really complain about getting soaked. It was Johnny and Ian that were out there, putting in the hard graft. Probably grafting more than some of the players, to be fair to the boys. But I know everyone's happy to be home. No, that's what it's all about. No, well, now, fair play to David Higgins. Is obviously a long line. It's a dynasty, the Higgins name, especially on that title as well. And you could tell in the interview how emotional it is for him, his family, everyone. Like, when I was texting him, like, the first thing he texted me back was, Liam will be delighted. It is more like, it's just that Kerry mentality, isn't it? Of, it's like side before self nearly. It's really good. No, I'm delighted for him. He's one of the longest serving, best serving PGA pros in the country, and for him to notch up a third as well, in very, very similar to Damien McGrain last year. Like, just, it's nice to see guys like this stand up and be counted and take home a championship that means so much to them. Can't beat the old guard. No, you can't beat the old guard, is right. Right, PGA Tour. Did you see any of this FedEx St. Jude Championship? I saw a good portion of the final round, then the delay, and then the 3 days I spent in Cairn took it out of me. So by about 11:20 I was checked out. So I missed all the bits about Lucas Glover's sweaty arse, which I'm kind of regretting now, to be honest with you. But no, like, this guy, I mean, I know Nick Doherty and Andrew Coulter never shut up about it, but to really come back from where he was with the putting and to win 2 huge events back to back, I mean, and he's 30th in the world now. This fella, if he's not in the Ryder Cup team, it's a bit of a crime.
Yeah, but that's what it's looking like. You know, he's kind of doing a Billy Horschel on it now, isn't he? He's coming so late, and he's like, look, he can't. Lucas Glover is gonna strike the shit out of it next week, and he's gonna be there. And the week after, like when he gets to Eastlake, he's gonna do. Like he is not going to show up.
But like he probably feels after the last, I don't know how long he's had those yips. I'm going to say 8 years ish, that he's as good a ball striker as anyone out here, but he just doesn't convert it into scores.
He's never played in a Ryder Cup.
It's nuts, and he's a major champion. Won a US Open, like.
And do you know one thing, Lucas Glover this year, like he's on the radar for everyone now. He's played none of the major championships this year.
Yeah,
none of them. Which is the last major he played in was the one Phil won.
Yeah, and it's mad considering like he is a name of substance.
Yeah, no, he is. He just could never put, but like he's found it now. But yeah, talking about like it was a sweat box of a week. It was proper, like, yeah, and it is. It's one of the key takeaways definitely is Glover's sweaty arse. Like it doesn't do anything for, I don't know. He needs to have a word with
Doc for his brand. Really,
he needs to have a word with Dockers or whoever's putting them trousers onto him. Like, it's just
just wear black from now on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or white. Just don't go black togs when you have the white trousers on. Transparent. But did you see him sticking his hands into the cooler box?
No.
Did you not? So on the 71st hole, so
I was long in bed at that stage.
It was so warm, so hot. That he was going up and his caddy was taking the water out of cooler boxes. So there's ice water in the cooler boxes. He's literally 2 fists straight into the cooler box, straight down, like nearly up to his elbows, leaving it in there for 30 seconds. And that gives you like a shock to the system to cool you down, get the feeling back in your hands and just cool you off a bit. Like it was unreal. Didn't help him out now on 17. Like he kind of snapped one left into the dirt. He didn't drive it too well the final round, but
it's getting the driving yips now.
Yeah, it's working his way up the bag. But no, he just wouldn't go away because, like, yeah, he took on a high risk shot. Like the lads Nick and Radar was saying, there's a bit of a risk that the approach he hit into 17, and he just sort of skipped over a patch of water, left himself 60 yards. But anytime he had to get up and down, he got up and down. He got some awful luck with some horrific lies, some bad rulings as well, like on plug lies and bits like that.
Some of the lies, like on the fringes and the rough around those greens, were not
scabby
good at all. Like,
they were
really,
a bit scabby.
And you could see, like, I know McIlroy, there was an instance, he put it off one of the fringes and it was all cut up in front of him. Yeah. Which isn't a good look either.
No, but it was, delighted for Lucas Glover. It's great to see him raising it. Like, it's not as if it was a shit field. Like, this is the best 70 players from this season going up against.
Look who he beat. He beat McIlroy, Fleetwood, Spieth, Hovland, Cantlay, obviously in the playoff. Like,
yeah, I was so happy he beat Patrick Cantlay in the playoff. I just hate Patrick Cantlay. I don't what it is about him. He's soulless. He's just not saying that I'm a big fan of Lucas Glover, but like he's a bit more relatable than Patrick Cantlay. You're just going, for God's sake, just why does this guy always show up in the playoffs? Why does he have such a good record?
Next week is his week, the BMW.
That's the thing. And he's going to be thereabouts again. He's just soulless. Like, what are those things in Game of Thrones? The dead walkers or whatever, the boys and the horses. That's what Patrick Cantlay reminds me of. You just stick a, like, DeWalt drills or whatever down the side of one of the horse.
Never deviates from, like, world number 4 either. It's ridiculous, carry on.
Yeah, but even his ranking is soulless. Yeah, it doesn't move. It's just... No, he annoys me. But anyway, no, we got some glimpses that we always get of Rory McIlroy. Rory flicks the switch on every August. Majors are gone. Here we go. It's fill the wheelbarrow full of money time, and Rory finally clicks.
So I don't know. I just found it so weird watching him. Like, it didn't feel like he put it too well. But then he's 11 strokes game putting with this putter. He's just continually making little adjustments after every round. And actually, to be fair, it does look like it's working, but. I know, and he shot a 65 final round, but not for 1 minute did I think he was going to win the thing.
Bogey free 65 final round.
And I've said that about McIlroy a few times on this podcast this year. I know he was in the mix, but I just never thought he was going to win it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, like he could end up this year with 4 FedEx Cups, and I think the first man to defend the FedEx in the race to Dubai.
Yeah.
And, everyone's going to be like, but he didn't win a major.
And we're here every year. Yeah, we're here every year. Yeah, but the margins are so fine. Like, he's contended in 3 of the 4 majors. He's put himself to where he wants to be. It just didn't happen. This is I scratch my head every time with Rory McIlroy because, like, I'm stupid the amount of times I push for him, root for him, and you'll know from sitting here opposite me and John Craven and give me abuse.
Learn from this.
I don't learn from it. That's the thing. I don't learn from it. Every day it's not. No, this is the week. This is the fucking week. He's gonna win. And then he's got the putter right, and then he'll come out the first round next week and he'll have 34 stabs, and that putter will be gone. But it was nice to see him explaining the putter changes, letting people in a little bit on exactly what, why he was looking for change and what he's looking to change in it. And just the feel these guys had. So did you read the story about him going to... So
yeah, Harry Diamond brought him to like a random
So all the
shop.
tourists, all the tour trucks had gone on the Friday evening, and he was like, this putter just feels a little bit off. I'm not getting the same sort of release pattern that I normally feel. Feels a little bit off. They measured it up against his Spider. It was 1/8 of an inch in the difference. And that was enough. Now this is from, if you see a few weeks ago, I think it was Trotty Golf or one of them on TaylorMade were saying, like, Rory's grips, he'd take like 1.5 wraps of tape. So you have the thinner thing of tape and you have the little chubbier tape as well. So he gets 2 wraps. So 1 thin wrap and 1 normal wrap. If you were to put 2 normal wraps on, he'd know instantly when he picked it up. These guys' feel is just off the charts, and he was just explaining that. But Harry went into a local Edwin Watts like right at closing time, and the guy he had Rory's 2 putters, and this is just a bit longer. And your mum's like, yeah, it's 1/8 of an inch. Like, no one's gonna. You really want to change it? He didn't know who Harry Diamond was. You really want to change this for 1/8 of an inch? And he goes, yeah, like no one's gonna feel that difference. And he goes, Rory will. Your mum was just like, oh, okay. Then the penny dropped, and then it was right before closing time, and the guy that normally does the custom fits and the adjustments
man's
and all
there
that,
doing the tills, and he's got an extra job.
That's it. And then walks Harry Diamond. Like, I need to sort Rory out. But your man said, no, there's no more stuff being done, no more adjustments today. And your man was like, you might want to come out here and do this one. And he's like, Rory McIlroy's 2 putters. And your man was like, okay. Can you imagine the tip he's dropped them? In fairness,
I hope he has.
He has to have. He has to have. Like, some serious greasing going on in that shop. There has to have been. Like, they done him a solid. But he was just saying about the Scotty camera, the difference with that and his usual Spider is just the face, the shallowness of the face helps him release it a bit better. He's getting it off, and there's no question about it. He looked a better putter this weekend. Hopefully that just boils. It's irrelevant what he uses once he gets the feels and once he can see the putts, sort of way, and get them going. So yeah, it was interesting times, because like, you just know Rory McIlroy over the next 2 weeks into the playoffs is gonna go on a tear.
Oh yeah, like this is his time of year. Unfortunately, like we spoke about Cantley, McIlroy's as good, if not better, than him around this time. It's not all rosy in the garden though. Like, Seamus Power is in a bit of bother again. Like, last week just wasn't good. He teed off in the coveted 30th place for the Tour Championship. He's now down to 35. So like, he really does need a good week this week. And like, it does feel season defining, this one for him. Like, if he doesn't make the Tour Championship, whatever dwindling Ryder Cup hopes he did have are probably gone. I think that's that's fair to say. I know.
Well, he knows himself. He said when we were talking to him a couple of weeks ago, he has to win. He knows he has to win. And like, when you've only got FedEx Cup playoff events, they're tall orders.
Yeah, because like the 2 PGA Tour events he has won, with all due respect, were in weekend fields. So this is, it's a huge ask.
Very harsh. You're putting asterisks beside his 2 wins.
Yeah.
Very harsh.
I know, I'm not. But like, you have to call it for what it is.
I'm just distancing myself from those comments. I'll have half a water for that. I already have half a Mayo after me now from the Lamp and Car now, but
no, it's a season defining week for Seamus. Like, he finished 5th last year, only 1 round under 70 as well, like +4. Joint last, really. Yeah, joint last on +4, like, just there was 6 lads on +4, including Wyndham Clark, actually US Open champion. I think that's worth noting, and Matty Fitz. But no, like, he does need a good week just to get into the playoffs.
But he's just in there, like, just to get to the playoff. Like, this is the furthest. So this week at the BMW will be the furthest he's ever gone. He's never made the Tour Championships. Neither is Shane Lowry. Like, it's mad. He's never made the Tour Championships. He's obviously going to the Czech Masters or whatever next week, and some bits like that. So just for him to be there and doing what he's doing, like, it's in no way a negative. It would just be great if he could. It's not going to take much. Where did you say he was? 36 or 7?
35.
35. It's not going to take much to get from 35 back into 30. Like, we will see a few more bits of movement this week. Like, we went from 70 to 50 players for the field in the BMW. Only 2 players dropped out of the top 50 that were in there. So Mackenzie Hughes and Nick Hardy dropped out, and they're replaced by Cam Davis, who finished 6th, started 62nd, jumped up to 45th now, and Hideki Matsuyama, a tied 16th, got him from 57 to 47. So you can see, because there were guys so he's 35th. There are guys 50, like, from, literally from him down. They have to do a lot of damage. They have to go deep in that tournament to overtake him and get into the top 30. So the fact he's just dropped out, he's not that far out of the top 30. So I wouldn't lose all hope yet, and I do think he's one last roll of the dice in him. I hope he gets there. It'd be great to have him there. It'd be great to get another Irishman teeing it up in the Tour Championships.
Just from a Ryder Cup perspective on this, I'm looking through lads who are outside the top 30 at the moment. Justin Rose, Power, obviously. Matt Fitzpatrick has not played well this year. I know he won, but in general, he hasn't really caught my eye at all. Cam Young's actually outside from a US point of view as well.
So's Ricky Fowler.
Thomas Detree, again, my feel his Ryder Cup chances are gone. He missed out on the top 50 this week. And Ludwig Aberg as well.
He's coming to Europe, actually.
He needs to. If he's any notions of making a Ryder Cup team, if he's going to buy into this chat, he needs to come and play in Europe.
Yeah, so does Justin Thomas.
Yeah. Although Lucas Glover might be ousting him now. That's
the thing.
There's another guy who's overtaken him. Like,
well, he has over. Do you think he's overtaken him selection wise, or he's still not? Like, he's in the chat now, Lucas Glover, around Ryder Cup.
Yeah. Justin Thomas doesn't need fellas coming out from the blue entering the chat. Like, doesn't need it.
Doesn't need. Like, if Lucas Glover does damage this week, that's curtains for one of the picks. Like, you cannot not bring him, like, because
Justin Thomas would be a lot more worried about Lucas Glover winning back to back than Bryson DeChambeau shooting 58 to win on Live.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Is Bryson in your?
I'd have him.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, just for the drama. Like, I thought he was exceptional the last one. Like,
so would I.
Driving, like, didn't he drive the first green on, like, the final day or something? Unreal.
And, like, it's piss and rain when he shot that 58 as well. I know there's preferred lies and all that. But yeah, no, it's we didn't, like, obviously last week was a bank holiday. We didn't do a podcast, so we didn't get deep into it. But you do have to tip your hat, like, regardless of what golf course they're playing, like, to shoot 58 on any golf course, no matter what length it is.
And, like, you can say what you like about Live Tour and how serious think it all is. PGA Tour played Greenbrier for years and years and years, and no one shot 58. Like.
Yeah.
So you're playing the same golf course.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, it was like a par 66 or whatever when they played Greenbrier and thing, but no, that was good. We're looking further down. Tommy Fleetwood, there again. Like, what does Tommy have to do to win?
Be more aggressive. Like, come on, some of the putting like little bitch on the front nine. Like, let's be honest here.
No, he was shocking the second hole. He didn't get out of traps fast, and he parred the third, and like, it was just, you just knew it was the script.
The put on the sixth, the little 340. You knew the minute he hit that was missing.
Yeah,
and
but he got it settled back together then. And
he did.
He missed a couple of short putts. Like, he's missed out in the playoff by a shot, and he's missed two putts in the final round inside 5 foot. You're just looking at it going, oh my God, like, what does this poor chap have? I actually feel sorry for him now at this stage. He's getting sympathy votes, even though he's making, like, he's probably averaging £1 million a week. He's getting the sympathy vote.
Yeah, like, I know McIlroy is playing, but you're putting Tommy Fleetwood and McIlroy together. I nearly would side with Fleetwood. Just, it means so much more to Tommy and matters so much more than if McIlroy wins. Like,
wins what?
Wins last night. Like.
Yeah, no, totally. And then neither of them win. Lucas Glover goes and guts them.
But like, Tommy's putting at the Open after he tied the lead in the opening round, like, went to bits as well. So like, that is a bit of an issue.
Yeah,
and like, it's his 22nd top 5 finish on the PGA Tour, the most of anybody on the PGA Tour without a win in the last 40 years. He's the first player in PGA Tour history to surpass $20 million in official career earnings without a win. Like, how Spursy or Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund post Klopp do you want to get?
Poor Harry Kane. Like it felt so like I don't want to go near football actually, because I think I'm the only one on the planet without a Leeds United release clause. So I don't want to go into football. Football's dead.
Football's dead.
It is dead. But yeah, like I think that's it in PGA Tour. Is there anything else you wanna?
Not really. No. Just move on. Only 2 more events till it's all over.
Dead. Yeah, but then they start again. They crack open again. They release their schedule. So there's something in that we will have to like. We're getting close on Ryder Cup stuff and bits like that. So we will have to do a full Ryder Cup selections pod over the next while and see what the crack is with that. So, right, last major of the year, the AIG Women's Open, on at Walton Heath. Great venue. Did you watch much of this?
I watched a lot of it on Saturday because we had a big on Fridays or Saturday.
Friday, yeah, you had a big suspension. Yeah.
Friday, yeah, and I watched a good bit on Saturday as well. I really did think Saturday was just the most thrilling viewing in a major, probably all year. Just like it's this classic thing, Ali Ewing running away with it, and then she comes back, and then everyone else is pushing ahead.
The peloton just
all of a sudden
her,
you have 12 people in 3 or 4 shots, and it's just absolute carnage. It was unreal. Final round was a bit of a damp squib. Lilia Vu, obviously class of her own, like she just ran away with it and fair play to her. Charlie Hull, you got to feel a bit sorry for her.
Yeah.
Like, it never happened for her at all. And
she's in
like,
the Tommy bunch now.
She is, yeah. But like the pressure though of like trying to win an open, like a women's open in England, like at Walton Heath, a golf course that means so much to her personally, and like she's got the whole support following her.
Did you see the bunker shot in 11?
No.
She hit some unbelievable shots. Like she really did. I thought that was it, but then like Lilia Vu is an assassin, and the women's game needs someone like Lilia Vu. That like she's bookended the season now with majors after winning the Chevron in April. Now wins. Like I cannot remember the last time somebody has come out in the women's game like and just stamped authority on a major like that after doing it already that season. You know, so like she's new world number 1 as well. She's taken over from Corda as world number 1 today. So it's a serious stamp of authority.
Yeah, and like to be fair, it's about time Nelly wasn't world number 1. Like it just hasn't happened for her this year at all. But Lilia Vu, a real killer. Like to go and win by 6 shots, like it's outrageous.
Yeah, now what she did over the weekend was just
that was a very tough golf course as well. Like that's like 14 under. Like again, you look down, no one shot more than 8 under behind her. Like
no, it's a tough one. Like. And I know you're saying, it's great that Corda isn't world number 1. Like, she's just struggled with injuries. She's struggled to get anything going at all this year. But what do we think of, from an Irish point of view, Leona and Steph? Like, Steph got, the day you were watching, actually, Steph got in the mix. She was right where she wanted to be.
Steph was on track for a top 20.
Like, at no stage Leona got involved in this tournament, really.
No, where Steph kind of was on the fringes of it.
Yeah, and then just had a horrendous final
round 79. Like, it's damaging for her.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more for Steph. Like you've got the race CME. She wants to get into that. Like 79 does not help that cause at all. And it's a shame because she has had a really good couple of months. Like she really came onto the scene of that KPMG Women's PGA. And from there, like she's had a really consistent season. But it would be nice to see her. It would have been nice to see her get into the mix on the Sunday if she could at all. But to go the wrong direction that much is not good.
No, well, she's still not confirmed for Dromoland yet. That's the thing, and she that was the making of it.
The thing is, top 20 there, you can punch your ticket to the CME.
100%. And she's in, and she can just commit and stay here for a bit and play the Irish Open and stuff, the KPMG down Dromoland. So, it's just there was a lot on the line in that. Now they're both over this week in Galgorm for the ISPS Handa. So I'll be up there on Wednesday, a bit of pro-am action. And see what the crack is. Brendan Lawler, we'll actually get into that in a bit. Brendan Lawler's playing the G4D Open up there. It starts today, actually, so it's Monday, Tuesday. But, it'll, like, they're both gone away very disappointed. I think Steph goes away more disappointed because she's let an opportunity literally to lock the rest of her season in if she had a good finish there. And the 79 would have done, like, it's catastrophic damage. She ended up, like, she finished 56th place. She was in the mix on Saturday. And she's finished in 56. Like, it's a disaster. Leona recovered from a third round 74, carried a 1 under 71 on Sunday. Tie for 30th she finished. never really got in the mix. Seen some uncharacteristic stuff, like she's wearing those hybrids out. Any of the shots you see her on TV, she's striking the ball so well, but like few putts. She's missing a few putts that you wouldn't expect her before.
Like
so
a couple of uncharacteristic 3 putts as well, from which you'd rarely ever see
in a major. And like that creeps in on you, so the way you can't. She's relied on it for so long. Like I've no doubt she's gonna bounce back. But like I don't know what, like if we were to take stock of Leona's major season this year, what would you? I don't know if we talked of like we're gonna catch up with her between now, like.
It was okay. It was good.
Yeah, she got in the mix.
Yeah,
she contended, which is
a step up from where she was last year.
Yeah,
but
I think Walton Heath was one.
Yeah, you'd earmarked that for after last year's performance, especially.
Exactly. I would have had her, like she was in. You're only going to get an A if you win one, but she's in the B+ category of major performances this year. Just how she always rises to get top 10s and get stuff like that, but. I was disappointed this week, and I'm sure she will be with her result there and her performance around Walton Heath, because it was definitely a golf course that I thought suits her style of play, suits her eye, and she just never really got it going.
Yeah, like her last 2 major performances since leading into the final round of the PGA have been, disappointing. Nothing weaks for her. Like, she's a player who's above, just playing for finishes.
Yeah. No, well, she's a couple of home events now to look forward to, so she'll take massive crowds, like herself and Steph. It'd be great to see them paired together this week in Galgorm. If anyone does want to get and see a bit of golf this week, that's like a co-sanctioned LPGA. It's a main European Tour event, and we've got some, like it's a proper field as well, European Tour wise. Like a lot of guys coming across and playing in it. So,
it's a pretty good field. Like you got Victor Perez and Bobby McIntyre, like they're obviously there to try and boost their own, Ryder Cup hopes. You got Tom McKibben, you got Adrian Otegi, you got a lot of Irish lads like John Ross Galbraith, Dermot McIlroy, David Carey, Max Kennedy, Damien McGrain playing this week, which is actually good to see. But like a stacked Irish contingent, John Murphy as well, so it should be quite a good week.
No Shane Lowry, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, just for Ryder Cup hopes, so the way and get something on his doorstep. He obviously needs a bit of time off, but like, or wants a bit of time off. He should be over playing the playoffs,
yeah, but he is playing like Czech next week.
And
probably the prize fund for the ISPS Honda isn't too great either.
Doesn't matter. It's on the island of Ireland. He's home. Just nip up. You can't do your Ryder Cup hopes not that he's looking to make the Ryder Cup team. He's a lock as far as I'm concerned. He's in. I suppose a week extra off is do stuff with the family. But it is a good field up there. So anyone looking for stuff, definitely get up there. Anything else on AIG Women's Open?
No.
So
disappointed that all the majors now are over.
That's it, done. Like every major conceivable. The only thing left is major-wise for us now is the amateur stuff. You have the Walker Cup. You're gonna make your Walker Cup debut for us, heading across St Andrews.
I'm playing.
You're playing, yeah, exactly. Alex Maguire still hasn't got his nod yet, but hopefully it's only officially he hasn't got his nod. Let's get into the roundup. Might as well start off Challenge Tour. Johnny Caldwell showing signs again.
Yeah. Third place.
Really good, solid third place finish as well. Like, was constantly there since round 1. Didn't drop away. It's one difference that you can see in him. He's not throwing in that one round 73, 74, 75 that he was last year. Like, he's consistently going out and performing now, and it's great to see. It's probably a bit too late in the season that he'd like to hit this, but there's still plenty of events left in the Challenge Tour that he can kick on, and he's in obviously Galgorm, which he's well familiar with this week, coming off some really strong finishes. So yeah, he's definitely one to watch around Galgorm.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, he is trending in the right direction. He's up to 55th now in the road to Mallorca. I think it's top 20 get DP World Tour cards. Like, it's not entirely out of the question.
Win.
But yeah, win obviously. But like, if he doesn't win, he needs to keep up like this type of form. Like, he's had finishes the 9th, 17th and 3rd in his last 3 starts. You got to keep that going.
Yeah. No, it was good. It's just good to see him back. We know he's such a good player. Didn't really happen for the other guys at all in the field, the other Irish guys.
No, like it's gone all a bit quiet really for like Conor Purcell. Like Derek McElroy, in fairness to him, he does make his fair share of cuts. But other than that, like we could do with someone really getting up there and challenging for promotion.
Yeah.
We have enough players on the challenge tour playing this year to do that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Outside of that, then home internationals was this week.
Yeah, the Irish boys, they won their first homes in 10 years, and the men then the next day were bidding for like a double, like a men's and a boys double. They came up just short of England in the final match in Mackinnis in Wales. Everyone who knows Welsh towns knows there's about 14 different Y's in them, so I can't pronounce it. And the women's and men's team, to be fair, were right in contention at the start of the final day too, before losing to England. England took a clean sweep in both the men's and the women's as well. So, but like, no, really good show. And considering both teams had a lot of changes to it, like they're missing some of the the established names. Like Ireland had a lot of changes to their team from the one that was on last year, and the women as well had a good couple of changes as well, like Mairead Martin coming in there, and I think someone else had to withdraw late on as well, and there was a late call for that. So Emma Fleming got a late call, I think. So it was good. No, good showing from, and shows like we're right there when it comes to competing at this level. Like Ireland and England, there's really not much to separate them at all, and England, you'd say, have a bigger pool of players to pick from as well. So we are punching probably above our weight, you'd have to say.
Back to like Jack Charlton 1990 job, are we?
Yeah.
Euro 88.
Put them under pressure.
Yeah, it's good. Like, I don't know, we'll have to get feedback on players. I find it hard, like it's harder to follow the home internationals with the mixed format. I know what they're trying to do.
I don't think it went down too well last year from what I remember.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, why can't they compete for their own prize?
So they're playing like not alternate shot, like, but they're playing they're mixing the two, like intertwangling the male and the female divisions in the home internationals in that way, and it's just, I see why they're doing it. It's an R&A initiative, but I don't know how enjoyable it would be as players.
It's hard enough to follow as well.
Yeah, and it'd be hard to stay in it as a player and do that. But no, some really good results, you know. So the way but like you say, it's like most of these home internationals in the last few years are coming down to a toss of a coin at all age levels between Ireland and England. So once we're at that top table and performing, it's all really good, and the future's definitely bright across both codes, on the male and the female side, and going down the age divisions as well. When you see the boys then stepping up and competing, because that's an area where we haven't over the last few years, like you're saying, first time in 10 years. So
Sean Keeling and Jack Murphy were unplayable, I think.
Yeah, assassins. Like they could be senior internationals. That's the thing.
Like you wouldn't rule it out.
No. So it's it's good to see. It's good to see. Other stuff on then, we the Speed Golf Irish Open over in Castlebar. For anyone that missed out on this, we had another home winner, Rob Hogan, who is, anyone that doesn't follow Rob Hogan on TikTok or any of his channels, like,
brilliant.
He is mental. He is so good for the game. He's so good he's just a breath of fresh air. He's addictive watching as well. There's two lads on TikTok that I just can't get enough of. Your man Garen Noon that does all the food stuff. If anyone that hasn't watched him, follow him. He's good. He's delicious. That's what he says himself. And then you have Rob Hogan just gone on about Marucci every post that he's doing. It's in the dirt, Marucci. He's just mental, but he's so good. But yeah, he's so good, but take him for granted at your peril. He is an absolute assassin on the golf course as well. Like, he's won for the second year. He's defended the tournament that he brought in this year. The field is growing in this as well. The interest has grown. So he had a combined speed golf score of 232, which placed him ahead of Luke Willett from England, who was 240. The women's category then was Liz McKinnon from New Zealand, who came in with a final score of 259. So how this works, it's over 2 rounds, and just to give you a quick, like, on the speed golf side of things, so opening rounds, day 1, Rob Hogan shot 79 in 37 minutes. So you combine them both. Like, this is scary shit.
Yeah, you thinking you go out to your local course and do 9 holes, thinking, I can do 9 in 45 minutes. To do 18 and
he's running 18,
he's running.
like carrying his own clubs, ringing a bell when he's done. 37 minutes to shoot 79, and he only
the
has
level
like
of fitness you need to have for that is outrageous.
It is outrageous, and not just that, the level of shot making. So like he's running. I remember talking to him before. He's like, you know, he hits a drive, he's off running. He gets like when he's 40 yards out from the ball, he's assessing yardage. He's looking at different points to see how far have I in, right? Like, and he has a pitching wedge and a 7-iron, and he's going, right, do I saw off this or do I try and burst this one, or what way am I going? What way is the wind going? He's assessing everything on his way up, and then when he's 10 yards out, he's looking lie, he's looking, checking all that wind. Then he's whipping the club out, standing beside it, boom, gone, and he's off again. So he's not even dropping club. He's this holster thing that he's designed himself. The clubs just slide in. He's like a cowboy running around the place. Like, but this is frighteningly good, and it's definitely taken off. Like, we've seen some other lads do it, and this Irish Open that he has really brought out the ashes over the last few years. It's starting to gain traction, gain legs. He's getting a lot of international people coming across. So fair play to him. Like, he's dragging it by the scruff of the neck, and he's putting something on the map, and it's really good. But definitely follow him on social. Like, he's
brilliant.
He's mayhem
brilliant on TikTok. Really,
he's mayhem.
Is.
Like I said earlier on in the pod as well, Brendan Lawler is competing in the G4D Open. That's just teed off this morning, so I doubt there'll be anything up on that yet, but we'll have...
First round's finished.
First round's done.
First round is done, and you're getting a live report now.
Go on.
So Kit Poppert, obviously, is winning. 3 under, winning by 2 shots from America's Chris Biggins. Brendan Lawler is in a share of 3rd place on 2 over after a 74, and Connor Stone is 3 over after a 75.
Okay.
So, congratulations to Kip.
No, stop.
No, can't say that.
Can't say that. No, Brent's steely. Brent has his number now. He won the Open, same duel, same battle. So, fast start, put a bit of pressure on. Then, is there anything else on Roundup you want to go into?
A couple of big events on this week. We have the AIG Irish Close in Malone. Quentin Carew going up there to defend his title. And he's a really, really good group, actually. He's with Liam Nolan and Rob Moran. Mullingar scratch winner Luke O'Neill is with David Shield, who made his Ireland debut at the weekend, and Richard Knightley. Sam Murphy with Hugh Foley and Peter O'Keefe. TJ Ford, Mark Boucher, Shane McDermott. And then you have South of Ireland champion Collie Campbell with Jack McDonald and James Fox. And you have a couple of other big names competing as well. You have Rob Brazel. You have Mark Ghazi, a really, really good young player. Keith Egan, Simon Walker. Owen Murphy as well from Dundalk, David Kitt, Jack Hearn. So there's a really good field this week if anyone's around the area and wants to go up.
Sure you'll be up later in the week, will you?
I might tip up.
Is Malone on the hit list?
I don't even know where it is.
It's this side of Belfast, you're grand. It's grand. Nice handy spin up, but no, it'll be a good event. Anything else?
US Amateur starts, I think, today maybe?
Today, yeah.
You have Matt McLean and Mark Power competing. Hugh Foley not there. I think surely he is there. Even though his name's on the T list for the Irish Close, I'm pretty sure he's playing the US Am actually. But we'll see what happens there. And you have Munster Girls in Charleville, the Irish Senior and Men's Senior Close in Powers Court, and the Boys and Girls Amateur Championship at the R&A. So a lot of good. Pretty much everyone who played the Home Internationals for the Irish Boys and Girls will be competing in that.
Yeah, good competition. Right, heroes and villains. Closing out this week.
I always forget about this. Hero be David Higgins just for the win. Like,
yeah,
to win 3 is unreal.
I have that down as well, villain. Or as a hero. No, not as a villain. No, as a villain. No, I have Dave down as a hero as well. Just because it means so much and the history of the championship, everything we went into earlier on. So yeah, he's definitely the hero of the week. Villain.
Whoever designs Lucas Glover's trousers.
Yeah, I have that. That's just, you can't be. Have you looked at my notes?
I can see
Glover's sweaty arse. That's what I've written down here. So he's no Robert Garrigus.
No,
when he was before, but no, it was. So Dockers or whoever it is, they're the villains of the week. We didn't go in like in the roundup doing live stuff or anything like that as well. Cam Smith,
Live pretty Bedminster. Much trounced the Live Bedminster. Phil Mickelson is my villain actually for just another horrendous tweet. Saying he was teeing off in the final group in Live. I think he was 3 or 4 shots behind Smith. But like, how can you be in the final group if everyone tees off at the same time? Do you know? McIlroy would have been my villain only for the fact his petty comment was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny. It
Phil
was
about
so
the
stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Talking about a man who's won a major since you won your last, and you cried at the last Ryder Cup. Like, where's your standing in all of this?
Oh no, it's not. It's gonna get messy with that book with Phil. I can see.
Yeah.
Your man is definitely throwing him under the bus. Like, it's gonna be brilliant. I actually can't wait for it. Like, there's only excerpts coming out now, but yeah, the gambling stuff, like $100,000 a bet. He's doing like there's something sadistic about some of the guys we're following. Like, when you think of the addictions that some of the best golfers in the world have had in the last 10 years, like between Tiger getting up and everything and Phil back and everything, like how did they do it on the golf course? How did they function?
Well, you're alone a lot of the time, so I suppose you have to do something, like pass the time.
Oh, stop. Let's not get into it, right? But yeah, that's our heroes and villains, right? I think that's a wrap, Ronan.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it. Yeah, we're getting ourselves ready. We have an Irish golfer event here in Druids Heath this Friday, so there's plenty of time on the timesheet if you want to log on to irishgolfer.ie/events. As always, give us a follow on all of our social channels at irishgolfer.ie or at Irish Golfer Mag across all of our social channels. And yeah, the website will be pumping out the content as usual and everything we've spoken about this week, so keep up to date with everything there. So cheers for tuning in, and we will chat to you again next week. Cheers, bye.